This video is just for staff. I'm going to keep this video as brief as I can. We kind of had the final thing we knew was coming, which is the county officially shuts down at midnight tonight. That actually is going to simplify things quite a bit. When it comes to the stay at home order, we will still be able to do the meals. Educators are considered essential staff, so it's not going to essentially change the fact that we're going to still do continuing ed. What it will change is that we are not going to. It's going to be all remote. We're not going to try to bring in kids as far as our kids on IEPs. We'll have to look at that case by case, but we're not going to be able to bring in small groups. So it actually cleans things up where we can just tell parents the information's going out and here's how you send it back to me, whether that's taking a picture of the papers you send them or whether it's digitally sending things back um, on some platform you set up. So it actually helps simplify things for our purposes and kind of, I guess, add some solidarity that now the county is doing this as well. And as you all heard, I assume by now there was a case in Quinter, so that's pretty close. I think it's a matter of time for it's here. Nothing to worry about or panic. Just um, shows the steps that we're taking as a school have been accurate and the right things to do. Um, that being said, I want to real quick talk about the expectations for Monday and Tuesday. Had a lot of great conversations with people. Um, so just the high points. First, the game plan is going to be I'm having Tom go pick up several boxes, and we're going to do what I'm calling family boxes in each building. So they will just be boxes that we'll put the students' stuff in. It'll be the computers they need. It will be all sorts of information that you send home, and just their personal items, just like you would if they were leaving at the end of school. When they took their backpacks and their belongings, and you checked everything out. So that is going to be something we'll be working on. So starting Monday at 8 o'clock, before we start there, several teachers have signed up to help with that first breakfast and lunch. Mandy has found some people to cover for you, and she might have already called you. We really need to have everybody that can be either zooming or attending the meetings. That way, you can be a part of the planning. So Monday we're going to start as a whole group. I do have a Zoom connection. The county shutdown doesn't change our parameters. Same thing if you're uncomfortable or high risk, use the Zoom link. Um, then we will be. That'll only probably take 30 minutes and just answer any questions. Then we will be in each building from 9 until 1. That'll include lunch. And I do not. We're not going to come back together. I will just meet in each building so I can finish the waiver. So on Monday, I think will be more than enough time for us to start getting the rest of our materials ready, staff to staff, and also to get the content and the things kind of all together that we want to send home. And I think by that afternoon, we can start loading these boxes. Then on Tuesday, the plan would be to finish loading the materials and then setting up how we want that to look. And then I'll send out information to parents. So, for example, it might be A through H at this store, and then the rest of them at that door, have the boxes inside, and we'll deliver them. To teachers, if you are high risk or uncomfortable coming in for any of this, anybody, teachers, anybody else, just let us know. Let your teammates know. That way, we have someone that can. Because on Tuesday, there's going to be some physical expectation of actually getting kids stuff. And if you're not able to come, just let us know who has what and where things are, so we can make sure everyone gets their supplies. Then on that first of April, we will have a kind of a here's your things, curbside only. We'll be wearing gloves just for the perception and safety, a little bit of both. And when we'll hand them their things, my expectation is then, and this is the state's new thing, it's called Plan and Pivot. So we have got them their information. It's going to be their first round of information, but there's no real expectation of our full week of content starting until April 6th, that next full Monday. This is just us giving you your information and then people trying those digital platforms. It might be kids just reaching out, joining your group. It's just going to kind of be our trial. And then on the 6th is when you'll officially have that first round of work. That's what most teachers are gearing. If you have stuff you want them to try to work on ahead of time, it could just be your trial. So that's really what it's going to look like. Use those Zoom links. If you aren't able to be here, don't worry about it. That's schedule. There is no expectation of anyone physically being here. It'll mean more to the community if you are digitally available than if you are physically sitting in your rooms. So I don't really think there's a wrong way to do this. There's no there's not going to be any. We're going to do an MOU moving forward as far as negotiations, just so it's clean language. Mandy's working on that now with the board, just so there's an understanding that the contracts we're just going to work with you. We got good people. There's not a concern at all, but just don't feel like you have to be here any amount of time. If you want physical office hours, the point's kind of moot because we're not going to let people in. So um, it kind of alleviates that for you too. You can come whenever you want. That's been a big question. If you have keys, you're essential. Show up as much or as little as you feel comfortable. Past that, we'll work everything out next week. We're great staff. You guys have been wonderful throughout all of this. This community is lucky to have people like you working with them. So we should really have no issues um, on Monday and Tuesday. I think it'll be very clean. And I think by Wednesday, April 1st, we'll be handing people their materials, and that'll be what the state calls our new normal. And then we'll just be what they call planning and pivoting. Um, so stay safe, enjoy your weekend, and I will see everybody Monday via Zoom or also face to face. Have a great weekend.